Imagine yourself being in a little rowboat in a vast ocean. Some days there are storms. Some days there are no waves at all. Most days the current is gentle, and some other days it feels like you have no idea where the waters may take you. Fighting the big waves is one of the hardest things to do. Against the immense force of the ocean, your own powers seem to mean so little. So, just let them guide you. Sure, have your destination in mind, but be ready to let go of it when the times get tough. Be ready to just let yourself float to wherever you will be taken. Trust that those waters don't want anything bad for you. They are just there. And once you start accepting that these waters have a power bigger than you can also use them to propel yourself in new directions with more speed and grace than you could have ever on your own strength. The only thing you need to do is to make sure you stay in balance in that little rowboat of yours, and the ocean will do the rest. There will be times when you'll be praying for the waters to be more calm, because you're sure that if one more wave hits you, you'll fly right out of your boat and drown. Then ask for an island. Ask for a little uninhabited piece of land so you can repose. One morning you'll wake up and you'll find that you have washed ashore on that little piece of land. Sitting there on that empty beach, maybe under a little palm tree, as the waves rage on for a bit, but not on your little beach. You'll be allowed to sit there for as long as you feel comfortable. However, you'll probably feel within a certain amount of time that you'll be longing for the waters again. The stillness of the beach is only temporary. It might turn to restlessness after a while. This is not a bad thing. This is just the energy coming back to you. The energy announces itself with restlessness. So then, when you feel ready, get back in there. The waters will welcome you. You are as much a part of them as they are a part of you. There will be times when the waters are so still around you, perfect mirror-like calm as far as the eye can see. Sometimes that feels beautiful. Sometimes that feels unimaginably hard. When you feel like you should be on your way somewhere, and when you've been drifting on the power of the ocean, the absence of its carrying force might bring feelings of desolation and homelessness. However, it may also be an invitation to move on your own strength. When the waters don't push you anywhere on this mirror-like ocean, it also means that you will have no resistance in whatever way you propel yourself. Feel within yourself at this time. Where do I want to go? Take your paddles and gently or quickly move yourself in whatever direction feels right. Emptiness is the seed from which freedom grows. If everything feels meaningless, it also means that any direction is as good as the other. You have everywhere to go, nothing to lose. So try it out. Move your boat in any direction. If it doesn't feel right after several strokes, move in another direction. Before you know it, the ocean will be picking up again. Maybe the waves in a certain direction work against you with all their might. If you have the strength and determination to push through them, you might find what you're looking for on the other side. Or, if you don't have the strength, maybe it's not the right direction for you at this time. Be kind to yourself. Don't punish yourself for not being able to fight the ocean. The ocean will always be stronger than you. Sometimes you might be in the mood for a fight. Sometimes you want to find the biggest, baddest wave and scream, "Come at me, wave, do your worst." The wave will do its worst. It's what you asked for after all. Maybe you get flung out of your boat and you almost drown. But it might feel like just what you needed. Maybe you like finding the biggest waves just to surf them back to the calm. There are no rules, just the power of the ocean and the strength of your own body and soul. It's up to you what you do with it. Wise men have said the path of your life is only really visible in hindsight. Think about a map. When you plot a course on a map, following the roads that are visible on it, those roads are only visible because other people have already walked upon those roads. Sometimes it's clear where you want to go, and the road only serves a functional purpose of getting you to that place in the most efficient way possible. Still, the way you walk it will be entirely your own. Nobody else will have walked it with exactly your pace. Nobody will have taken stops at the places you needed to take a rest or where you decided to take in the beauty. Nobody did it all like you. It can take tremendous strength to keep going when every step you take feels like the first or last step of your life. If moving on is too hard, stay still. The world will slowly continue moving around you, and maybe the circumstances will change just enough for you to put one foot in front of the other again. In times of extreme sadness, you might find that you can cry so much that the only reason you stop crying is because you simply don't have the energy to cry anymore. The walls of your room and the floor of your apartment might feel like the only things that still support you as you press yourself against them as if they were another person giving you an embrace. These times are hard. I cannot say for how long they might last, but they won't last forever. Every teardrop brings beauty to your experience. Every teardrop might be purging of an energy that needs to get out. It's like throwing up. You might still be very ill after having emptied all of your insides, and the body pushing out the gall can feel excruciating, but it's all part of the healing process. My mom once said something beautiful when she was going through some very hard times. She said, "When it's winter, you cannot imagine what it felt like when it was summer. That you could go around in your t-shirt, that the evenings brought light and warmth to no end, that the birds were singing and the air was filled with fragrance. It seems unimaginable when it's winter. But the summer always comes again, without fail. You don't even have to do anything for it. You simply wait for the earth to rotate back into the sun, and all of a sudden it's summer again. Before that, there will be times in spring where the weather is unpredictable. Blissful rays of sunshine one moment, followed by hailstorms that hurt more than the winter weathers you've been enduring for so long. And you get tired. You get frustrated of the unending return of the cold. But slowly, the entire climate changes, and the warm starts becoming the norm and the cold the exception. Before you know it, you'll be in the middle of summer again, and you realize you're now in an opposite situation from before. Now you cannot imagine what winter felt like anymore. How could it ever be so cold now that I'm sitting here watching a sunset on a green hill? How could the winds ever bite so much when now they're just filled with music and the softest touch? That's when you know you have arrived. When the crisp starts coming in the air again in autumn, memories of winter might come flooding back again. You start to fear the winter. You fear feeling as cold and desolate as you did before. But the beautiful thing is that the summer has recharged you. You realize as the first days of cold come again that you don't feel as tired as you did the winter before. You realize and see with newfound hope how beautiful the Christmas decorations are, and how nice it is to drink a warm drink on a cold day in your comfortable shelter. Even the rain might be welcomed, but maybe you found a place that you call home. Or maybe you're still out at sea, because the shore didn't feel like the right place to settle down yet. Or maybe you can't wait for the next storm to pull you away again, because you just love the rowdiness. Or maybe again, you're just very happy with every passing minute that doesn't feel like agony. Whatever it feels like, it's yours to feel. Be gentle to yourself and let the waters and the winds guide you to wherever it feels like home. Maybe the little rowboat you've been in all this time feels like home. You're doing great. Never underestimate just how impressive it is that you're still here, despite everything you feel and go through. Change your ways, not the waters. The waters are there to give, to nourish, to teach, and to humble. You cannot change them. You can change how you interact with them and whether you accept them or not. Most importantly, let go of guilt when the times are hard. If you need that cigarette, that snack, or that day of laying in bed scrolling empty content for 8 hours, don't judge yourself for that desire. The desire is coming from somewhere. Observe it and indulge in it if you can. Trust that other desires will come again when the time is right. Be kind to yourself as if you were your own child. Be supportive on those first steps, because every fall feels so big when it's all so fragile and new. I think life is so long. When you're 30, you'll be looking back at being 20 and think, gosh, I was so young back then. I'm sure that the same thing will happen when I'm 60. I'll look back at being 40 and think, holy shit, I was so young. I won't say that therefore you need to appreciate your youth more. Just give yourself some grace. You've got all the time in the world to still fuck things up and learn from them, whether you're 18 or 80. That's what makes you feel young in hindsight. All those little mistakes that you've learned from since. Thank you so much for watching. Even if you're just a number on a view counter on YouTube, it still means that somehow your energy had an impact on my life as well. Peace.